Shit.
Who house?
It's our house, babe. I just bought it.
This house?
Yeah, this house, babe. What's wrong?
This not the house we agreed on. Why would you do that?
This is what I could afford, babe. I bought this because it's what I could afford.
You care about me being happy or you being happy? Because I'm not happy with this. This is not what you were supposed to have bought.
I care about both of us being happy, and you're not making no payments, so at least.
I don't care about that. I'm not gonna want to stay here. I'd rather stay where we at now.
Well, where we at now, where we at right now, we renting. This we own in here. You know, the property value can go up.
No.
You ain't even seen the inside.
I don't want to see the inside. To me, it look no. To be honest.
What's wrong with this house?
It's small. Look at that little window. Like it's small. Like I don't even want to be here. And then you talking about some that you can afford it. Like you can afford better than this.
You don't spend all your money on the house, babe. You got to keep something in the bank.
Okay, and we have enough in the bank to get something better than this. This is not what I expected to how I wanted to live my life. Certain enough for my kids.
You gonna help me pay the bills, babe?
No.
Okay, so then what?
Where are we?
There it is there.
Okay, so stay where you at. By yourself. I'm stay here. I own this.
Man.
You know what I mean? And it don't matter if it's I know you asked before, you think it's scripted or not. It don't really matter. It brings for good conversation, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the man doing what was within his budget, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, people say like, America is going through certain things financially, this, that, and third, but a lot of people spend outside of their means though, like on the regular. You know what I mean? So when they feel like, oh, it's the economy, nah, it's your spending habits. You know what I'm saying? Now certain things do go up, but if you you budgeting your money right and stuff like that, shit, you should be able to absorb that, or you might have to put in some extra work. Who knows? But the majority of us, we spend outside our means. That's what the man can afford. That's what he can afford. Or you want to stay at the old spot? Go stay there then. And what she mean? Her kids? Ain't their kids? Or
right, 100%.
If it's her kids and you and your kids can stay over there, and I'll stay in something that I own.
And that's the thing. I love what you said about living with outside your means. Is she talking about we can afford a bigger house, but if we afford the bigger house, that means that we're not gonna be living comfortable. She fitted head to toe. She got a fat bag in her hand, you know what I mean, looking good in the whole shit. So you want to continue to live that lifestyle? Well, look, let's get out the motherfucking rental. Get into our own shit to where we can still live the lifestyle that we choose to, you know what I mean? And on top, we still we owning our shit, you know what I mean? Then she said
it's a starter home, bro.
Come on.
So
now.
we could keep this joint for a couple of years, fix it up, add some stuff to it, sell it at a profit, make some bread, and we could add that to the bigger house. Sometimes you need a starter home, like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody ain't just gonna come out the door from renting and jump right in a $300,000-$400,000 house.
Come on now, 100%. And she said,
and she not paying none of the mortgage and nothing like that.
There it is, there. And she said, I don't care about that. He told her,
I care about that.
Right there, it is, there.
What you mean? Like you're not paying nothing. So what you shouldn't even have no say so in nothing because you're not paying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, like at the end of the day, you ain't paying shit. So what are we talking about?
100%. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Shit right there. 100%. You know what I mean?
That's called living within your means, though. You might not be able to get the form right now. You might have to settle for the Honda Accord. So,
come on now.
Car is a car.
100%.
You might not be able to get the $400,000 house right now. You might be able to get something that's like $160,000, but you in a decent neighborhood in a good school district. It just might not be the most flyest house on the block, but it ain't broke down. It ain't stuff hanging the side and hanging off, and you know what I mean. It ain't nothing like that.
Kids got their own room. Everybody comfortable.
Yeah, like, what's the problem? Like, you feel me? Like, you gotta have the setup first.
Baby girl didn't even want to go in the house. It could completely be all brand new in that motherfucker too. You know what I mean? Backyard nice. She ain't even want to go slide in that motherfucker talking about it's a little window.
But see, I'm gonna tell you right now, if he would have go and slide up in a $400,000 house, and now that stuff is, let's say he behind on some bills, or he can't work for 6 months. Are you gonna pick up that slack? Are you gonna hold it down? Are you gonna pay that $3,000 to $4,000 a month mortgage? You know what I mean? Are you gonna do that?
Facts.
You know what I mean? So for somebody who ain't throwing much in the pot, I don't see how you could be so choosy. Like,
on my mama. Them is facts, bro. That shit kind of lightweight hurt though. You know what I mean, bro? Bruh making it happen for him and his family, and baby girl don't even got to partake in none of the financial situation, whether she working or not. You know what I mean? And if she is working, she get to stack all her paper, and if she not, just staying home taking care of the kids. I understand that, but this is your home. This is our home. 100%. This is ours. We are not paying no motherfucking rent, and we still get to live the way that we want to live. You know, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? 100%.
But I mean, that she might not be the one for Duke, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She might not be the one for Duke. She probably would be the one that, will run up a bunch of debt trying to live this high life, but your income is not matching with the lifestyle you trying to keep up with. 100%. Now y'all in all this debt. You know what I'm saying? They got chicks and dudes too, but they got females out here that they cop these big old cribs and car payment and this, that, and the third. And when they meet a dude, they neck deep in debt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They or they salary, they make $100,000 a year, or they make $70,000 a year. They expenses is like damn near that. You know what I mean? So.
You don't even got the motherfucking the 60-20-20, you know what I mean? 100% to 60, cover everything, the 20 to the rainy day and the other 20 to the,
that. They on 90-10.
Oh, everything.
95.5%. Like, you know what I mean? And the rest credit, you know what I'm saying? Which ain't your money either. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Shout out to
I'm gonna say, going out on this one, man, living within your means may not be the flyest experience, but it's the smartest decisions that you can make when it comes to your money. Because I'd rather have money in the bank than all my money in the crib. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You got a $400,000 crib, but you only got a couple grand in the bank. You feel me?
On my mama.
So nah, man, that ain't where it's at, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, them is facts, bro. I really can't say too much to that. You know what I mean? I just want to give bro a shout out for making it happen. You know what I mean? On his own. You know what I mean? She said she ain't contributing nothing. You know what I mean?
Congratulations to bruh on being a homeowner. Yeah, I mean, and she just shit on him.
Like my brother, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got a credit. He just told me, he was just like, yo, like, the property taxes went up kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Some people paying an extra $200, $300, $400 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You can't absorb that if your mortgage is already crazy.
Yeah,
but if you got a cheaper mortgage, you can compensate for that.
Oh, my mama.
Yeah, so you a lot of people, it does force people, or not even force them, but it makes them consider getting refinanced, and you know what I mean.
And that's
where they start digging themselves into that hole, and then they want us in that hole.
Digging that hole.
They want you.
You refinance and add another 10 years on your already 20-year loan or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say this: you want to be able to afford your lifestyle, not just buy it. You want to be able to afford it. Like, you could buy a Benz, right? But can you afford it? Afford it, meaning like the maintenance. You know what I'm saying? If parts need to be changed, oil change,
the 91 gas. The 91 gas, and gas is slapping right now. That shit
Oh
is
no,
like
that 91 don't go on the Benz. This is 93.
90. Oh, I think it's 91 out here. I forgot what it is. I ain't
Oh,
had my Audi in a long time. I
oh,
saw
93
It's the
goes in the Benz.
it's the unleaded.
on
The
my
most expensive one at the gas
right,
station that
100%.
goes
The
in the
one
Benz.
farthest to the
That's
right usually.
You know what I
100%.
mean? So it's like, that's affording the Benz. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You could buy it, take it off the lot, but now you putting bullshit brakes on there, or you doing an oil change once a year. You know what I mean? Hoping you don't blow your engine. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Right.
Something got to get fixed. The car got to get sat down now. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
remember
Because
my
you ain't got
girl
the money
my,
to
my
really
girl
fix
had a
it.
Benz that it was brand new. That first like 4 years was straight because she had maintenance for like 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then after
that's what
that,
I'm
it was
saying.
just like it was kind of downhill.
For real. So it's a difference between buying something and affording it. He can afford that house. He might not be able to afford the $400,000 house when it come to the boiler messing up, or it need roofing work, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so he doing what's within his budget, and that's the thing. You know, people gotta live within their means, man. For real.
100%, bro.
You think that was
Hold on, let me
staged?
take my headphones out.
You think that whole thing was staged?
Man, now that I don't know, bro. 100.
Because like I appreciate it even if it was because it's like just to show like listen you should like this is something that it's not easy to achieve for any old body, and here's this guy, you know what I mean, he's trying to make right by her and her family and do right by them and put them in a house, and whether it's not a mansion or you know what I mean, or even a large house period, it's still a single family home. You know, it's just the reality of it is most people stay stuck in rent purgatory because they have their eyes are what's the word I'm looking for? They have visions of grandeur. You know what I mean? Like they're talking about that they have
Delusions of
this lifestyle they
grandeur.
think they can't afford, but sustaining that lifestyle is different too than just being able
Yeah,
to afford it.
yeah. You gotta afford the lifestyle, not just buy it. You know what I
Have
mean?
enough. I have just enough.
Telling you, man, that ain't gonna work.
And
If you got
now,
just
bro,
enough, that might not be the right purchase for you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and property, and going back to the property taxes too, shit.
Yeah,
But
like
at the same time too, it's like, all right, well, I own this shit different.
yeah,
It's
because
like,
with a
man,
crib, like
because
you
renting is still the
responsible
same
for.
It is still better than renting no matter what, man. Renting
I
that
mean,
money goes
in some
nowhere.
cases, in some cases, you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
here's the thing. I guess because also I have a big family. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't
I mean,
continue to rent and not be able to get out of that purgatory, and if I
cause,
didn't already when I did, you know what I mean?
cause, yo, speaking on like rent, like Tony Ayo said he calling Vlad stupid for spending 15,000 on rent, but I'm like, it depends on where he was at, because it's all about location when you in a certain lane,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
Yayo is on the go as well. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Because you could live in West Bubble somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like Vlad might need to be close to the city to handle all his business, to do all his dealings or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So you
I
know,
get it, and he could, and then it probably wouldn't have been a real bright idea to go, drop 30 million on a crib out there. You know what I mean? Versus just renting it.
hmm
You know what I mean? I get it. Plus, I mean, look at what happened too. Like, say, like, I mean, depending on where he buy, he has to get a fire insurance. That's like impossible. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, so it's
yeah.
like, you almost like who feels comfortable buying a house out there and you're not any kind of, you're not even insured for some of the shit that's likely to happen or has a high likelihood of happening. You know what I mean?
100%. You can't even get no house without getting that insurance. And if you decline your insurance, you better have a whole bunch of money in the bank, because it's a story that I don't know if we did this story, but I think I got it saved, where it's a couple in Florida where they save maybe like 300,000 in 20 years without paying homeowners insurance, because they had enough money in the bank to cover whatever happened. I mean, I forgot
Yeah,
exactly how this shit go, but it was a damn good story,
here,
bro.
bring it on.
On
hmm
everything.
For
Uh,
sure.
Bank said, I always lease to own. It's a good way to build credit. On my mama, keeping up with them payments. 100% showing that you pay
So,
these monthly on time.
for sure.
Let's get into this one right here.